Could you tell us more about how Blend helps protect their clients' store data?
As a Shopify merchant, when you decide to work with an agency or a freelancer or even people within your own team, you're placing a lot of trust in them because you are then giving them access to a really significant business asset. And when it comes to thinking about Rewind, the point that I often make with Rewind is that a lot of people, when they start with the store, they think about things like domain names, which of course is very important, but I kind of see Rewind as important as thinking about what domain name you're using. It's one of those core blocks that you've got. And what we do is that when we work with a merchant, we do a number of things around security. The first thing is that we always strongly recommend that they use Rewind. And the reason for this is twofold. One is that it gives them the peace of mind that if anything were to happen that we were to happen to do, then they could obviously get that information back. But secondly, of course, if there was any malicious attacks, even down to the fact that, look, if a common thing is, look, people accidentally will delete product catalogs. That is an absolute nightmare if you do that. So Rewind has got you covered on that perspective. So it's not just security that Rewind helps with. It also actually helps you make sure that you have that peace of mind that you need if those kind of mishaps happen. The other thing that we do is that we also set up two-factor authentication. So that's really important, again, when you're working with an agency, that you set that up, because that just means that you can be sure that when you've got people working on your Shopify store, you've got the right people working on it. And the third thing is that, when we are working with the merchant, what we would ordinarily do is request collaborator access. And I'm sure many of you know listening that if you have worked with agencies before, you would have been asked for collaborator access. Now, the key thing is that we only need to get access to information that we really need. So we're very careful about what information we ask for. But secondly, when a project or when a relationship comes to an end, we will make a point of saying to that customer, look, you now need to go and remove us from access from your store. And these are just some basic things like, look, if you are working, with a store where you have lots of different people accessing it, these are 3 very simple steps you can set up. And the key thing is here is that you might think, well, can I be bothered to do that? Is it really necessary? The point is, when something goes wrong, you're really going to wish that this happens. And it's kind of why, I think about these things. They're a little bit like insurance policies. I'm sure, me included, look, I insure my phone, I insure my dog, I insure my home, I insure my wife's engagement ring. Now, all of these things have, a tangible value to them. They also have an emotive value. But if you think about your business, your Shopify store has been a core part of that business. Just reflect on the emotive value associated with that and think about the tangible monetary value of that. That, I'm sure, is a big, big part of your life. So if you put these simple steps in, you've got that insurance policy, should and hopefully you'll never need it. But of course it does happen. So for me, that's why it's so important when you take these kind of measures that we're taking at Blend to make sure you're protected in case that thing does happen.